here at Kilauea, which is outside of Cusco, Peru, homeland of the great Inca civilization. And aside from this Inca stairway, there's a fascinating feature here in the distance. And what that is a carving deep in stone. Now, Kilauea, Kia is moon. Rumiok means stones. So this is the place of the stones of the moon. But obviously you have to face forward with this bridge. But what we're here to ascertain is the function of this. Too many people say that everything the Inca did was ceremonial, but there's usually also a pragmatic function. So, gentlemen?
Well, the shadow's already moved past the middle, so probably depends upon the seasons. The whole thing has to be calibrated in some fashion. But I imagine the guy sat right here. I think they would have carved down a smoother seat. Maybe they had a straw mat, but I think they sat right here and looked at it. And there are certain shadows and marks on it. There are certain shadows and marks on it that are calibration devices. Probably related to the seasons, the equinoxes, the solstices. But I also believe that they use it as a daily timepiece. Reloj.
So rather than being necessarily the stones of the moon, it could be the stone of the sun, as in a clock.
You might come out here on full moon nights and check for lunar shadows too.
Good idea. Well, like many places, this might be multifunctional.
It took some brain power to realize what they wanted to do, to calibrate it such that it does what they wanted to do, and then carve it out and make sure it did that way. We don't find any examples yet, on this tour at least, whereas they started some kind of stonework and then scratched it out and said, oops. So these people knew exactly what they wanted to do when they started.
Yeah. The arc, the angle of the arc, the fact that there are that it's bilaterally symmetrical, it looks like. And there are 7 wedge-shaped things. Unfortunately, this is the only one that we know of so far that looks like this. There are thousands of carved out areas that look like seats, and conventional archaeologists say that they're stone quarries. However, they vary in terms of quality. Some of them are really poorly executed, and some do look like some kind of machine cut them, not lasers.
I'll add another soundbite here. We've only found one of them. Maybe they only needed one. One was enough.
Excellent point.
You know, this could be the Greenwich Observatory or the Stonehenge of the Inca.
Exactly.
Or whomever.
Right.
Wouldn't be a bad job, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Have plenty of water, poke, cushion,
yeah,
coca leaves to chew on. Sit here, and you wouldn't tell time. Time would tell you.
Right. So this seems to be our clock. That's what Dr. Arlen Andrews is looking for right now. That's why he's seated up here. Right now it is 11:40. So we're going to see, with the passage of time, if the shadow lines up with any of these marks. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to inspect more of this area. So you see here, megalithic building. Next to it, smaller limestone construction. Conventional archaeologists insist that all of this was done during the Inca period. However, the more we look, the more we are getting evidence of the fact that at least two cultures preceded the Inca, and they were more technically, or had greater technical prowess in terms of they seem to have had what we would call modern machines. Now that is in no way to detract from the Inca, who were geniuses, absolute geniuses in every level of social, industrial, political, and military development. They were an astonishing culture.